Junie B. Jones and That Meanie Jim's Birthday by Barbara Park. Read to you by me, Mrs. Elkins. Hello, All Stars. It's me, Mrs. Elkins. I'm bringing you another Junie B. Jones book. This week I have picked for you Junie B. Jones and That Meanie Jim's Birthday. I do hope that you like this book. Again, it is an AR book. There are only 9 chapters, so today I will read you 5, and then next week we will finish the story. I hope you like it. Junie B. Jones and That Meanie Jim's Birthday by Barbara Park. Read by me, Mrs. Elkins. I would like for you to see that this book we are reading is book number 6 in the series right here at my little pointer. And looking here, we have 9 chapters. I will read half of those today. Chapter 1, Eating Cake. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. B is my bestest letter. On account of my favorite food starts with that guy. Its name is birthday cake. We had that delicious stuff at school today. That's because Polly Allen Puffer turned 6 years old, and his mother brought chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream and chocolate milk to room 9. She is a chocolate nut, I think. The party was fun. Except for Polly Allen Puffer got all wound up, and he put cake on his head. Then he laughed till milk came out his nose. That is called nose milk, I told my bestest friend named Lucille. Lucille is a little lady. Ew, she said. I wish I didn't even see that nose milk, 'cause now my stomach feels upset, and I can't eat the rest of my cake. Me too, I said. Now I can't eat the rest of my cake too, and so I will throw both our cakes in the trash can for us. Then I picked up our cakes, and I hurried to the trash can. I looked all around me very careful, then I quick ducked behind the trash can. And I stuffed both those cakes right in my mouth. I rubbed my tummy real happy. Now all I need is some milk to wash it down with, I said. That's when I saw some milk sitting on a table all by itself. I picked it up and drank it all gone. I said, that hit the spot. Just then I heard a noise. A voice. Junie B. Jones, why are you out of your seat? It was my teacher. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. and that's all. Mrs. has eyes like a hawk. What are you doing over there? She asked me. I am sharing people's cake and milk, I explained, except for they aren't actually here at the moment. Mrs. rolled her eyes way back in her head. I smiled very sweet. Guess what? When I have my birthday party, I'm going to bring cake and milk too, I said. Plus also I might bring a nice beanie weenie casserole, 'cause that will be a nice change of pace, I think. Just then, I skipped over to Polly Allen Puffer's mother. Excellent cake, madam. My compliments to the chief, I said. Then me and her did a high five, only she didn't actually put her hand out, and so mostly I just slapped her on the arm. After that, I skipped back to my seat. Lucille was finishing her chocolate ice cream. She had a chocolate mustache on her lip. I did a frown at her. Lucille, I am surprised at you, I said. You are not eating that ice cream like a little lady, and so I will show you how. Then I quick dipped my spoon into Lucille's ice cream. See, I said, see how I am taking dainty bites of this stuff? Only just then a dainty bite of chocolate ice cream slipped off my spoon, and it plopped into Lucille's lap. She jumped out of her chair. Oh no, she hollered. Now look what you did. You spilled ice cream on my brand new dress, and my Nana just bought this to me from New York City, and it costed $95 plus tax. Mrs. hurried up to my table. She had a wet sponge to clean Lucille's dress. No, don't, said Lucille. You can't put water on this, 'cause this dress is made of satin, and satin is dry clean only. Mrs. made angry eyes at me. I did a gulp. Who knew? I said real soft. Then I put my head down on my table and I covered up with my arms, 'cause that is called laying low. And laying low is what you do if you know what's good for you. Chapter 2. Tapping on that Jim's head. After the party, me and my other bestest friend rode on the bus. Her name is Grace. Me and that Grace take turns sitting next to the window. That is good sports of us, I think. Except for sometimes we forget whose turn it is. Then we have to settle it with our fists. This time, it was that Grace's turn to sit next to the window. Guess what? I don't even care if you sit there today, I told her, 'cause eating all that cake made me in a happy mood. That Grace smiled. Me too, she said. Eating that cake made me in a happy mood too. Yeah, only you can't be as happy as me, I explained, 'cause I had 2 cakes and you had just 1. That Grace did a frown. That's okay, Grace. Don't be upset, I said, 'cause when I have my birthday, I will invite you to my house, and you can have 2 cakes too. Oh boy, she said. I know it is, oh boy, I said back. Plus also you will get your very own paper cup with M&Ms in it. Ooh, yum! I love M&Ms, said that Grace. Me too, I love M&Ms too, I said. On account of the chocolate doesn't melt on your hands. Just the colors melt on your hands, and that's all. I smiled real big. And here's another good thing, Grace. When you come to my party, you will get your very own party hat. And we will play Twister. Plus, also, we will play that game where you shout bingo. Only I keep forgetting the name of that one. Just then, a meanie boy named Jim jumped up from his seat. Bingo, stupid, he shouted. Its name is Bingo. What a moron. Who would even want to come to a stupid party like yours? He made his voice real loud so everybody could hear. At my house, I have cool birthday parties, he said. Like last year, my party was named Clowning Around, and we had 2 clowns from the circus, and they made balloon animals and did magic tricks. I leaned way close to his face. So, I said, I don't even like clowns. Clowns are not normal people. Plus, my very own Grandpa Frank Miller can make balloon animals too. Except for they all look like wiener dogs. Only he's working on it. That Jim wasn't even listening to me. He just kept on talking about his parties. This year, my party is named Old MacDonald's Farm, and a real farmer is bringing a petting zoo right to my front yard. And he's going to bring a lamb and a goat and a burro and some rabbits. And he's also bringing a real-life pony for us to ride. I put my hands on my waist. Yeah, well, too bad for you, I said, 'cause I saw all about ponies on TV, and ponies buck you off their backs, and then they stomple you into the ground and kill you to death. And so I wouldn't even come to your stupid dumb party in a jillion billion years. Good, hollered that Jim. I'm glad, 'cause my birthday is this coming Saturday, and tomorrow I'm bringing invitations to every single person in room 9, only not to you. You're the only one in the whole class I'm not bringing an invitation to. So there. Then he did a big ha right in my face, and he sat back down in his seat. Meanwhile, I just kept on standing there, 'cause something had gone a little bit wrong here, I think. I tapped on his head. Yeah, only here's the thing, I said. I didn't actually know you were having a party on Saturday, and so, good news, I think I can make it. No, shouted that meanie boy. You're not coming. Now go away. I tapped on him again. Yeah, only I was just kidding about the ponies, I said. They hardly even stumble you, probably. I don't care. Stop bothering me, he shouted. I stood on my tippy toes and looked at his head. Love your hair today, I said. That Jim swatted at me. Get away from me, he hollered. You're not coming to my party, that's final. Just then a big lump came in my throat. A big lump is what comes before crying. It hurt to swallow. I sat down and hid my face in my sweater. Darn it, I said. because I think I really would have enjoyed myself at that thing. Then my bestest friend named that Grace put her arm around me and she patted me real gentle. And she let me sit next to the window. Chapter 3. Very slumping. I walked home from the bus stop very slumping. Very slumping is when your shoulders are sad and your head can't hold up that good. Grandma Miller was in the nursery. She babysits me and my baby brother in the afternoon. His name is Ollie. I love him a real lot, except I wish he didn't live at my actual house. Grandma Miller was rocking him in the rocking chair. I tried to climb up there too, only Grandma said, "Hold your horses," at me. Yeah, only I need to rock very bad, I explained, on account of a mean boy is having a birthday party on Saturday, and he is inviting everyone in room 9. Only not me. I'm the only one who's not going. Grandma Miller did a sad face. Children can be so cruel, she said. Just wait till I get the baby to sleep, and then you and I will talk about it, okay? And so that's how come I crossed my arms and I tapped my foot. And I waited and waited for that baby to go to sleep, only his eyes kept staying wide open. Hold them closed with your fingers, Grandma, I told her. Heavens, no, she said. Then she kept right on rocking him. And so I finally got tired of waiting, and I went to my room and I crawled underneath my covers. I crawled way down to the bottom of my sheets. It is very muffly down there. You can say mean stuff, and no one can hear you. Here is all the stuff I hate, I said. First, I hate that meanie Jim. Then I hate clowns. Then I hate old MacDonald had a farmer. Plus, I hate rabbits and burros and ponies. And guess what else? We didn't actually need a baby at this house, only no one even consulted me. Just then, I heard a knock on my door. Junie B., it's Grandma, honey. Ollie finally went to sleep. She came in and lifted up my covers. I called your mother and told her what happened at school, she said. I peeked up at her. And so, can she fix it? I asked. Can I go to the birthday party now? Grandma Miller held her arms out to me. She pulled me out of my covers. Your mother is going to talk to you about it when she gets home, she said. Meanwhile, why don't you and I have a little fun? Let's read a book, okay? What kind of story would you like to hear? I thought and thought. I would like to hear a story about a little girl who doesn't get invited to a meanie boy's birthday. And so she sneaks into his house and she lets a wild pony out of the barn. And then it stomples the boy into a flatty pancake and all the children pour maple syrup on that guy. And they eat him for breakfast. Grandma Miller looked kind of sickish. You've got to stop worrying about that boy's party. He's just trying to get your goat, she said. Just then my eyes got big and wide at her. Goat? What goat, Grandma? Do I have a goat? Is it a surprise goat? Are you keeping it a secret at your house? I jumped up and pulled her hand. Let's go get it. Want to, Grandma? Let's go get my goat right now. Just then, a great idea popped into my head. Hey, I just thought of something. Grandma, you and me can bring my goat to my house, and then I can have my very own birthday on Saturday. I will come and pet my goat, and everyone in room 9 will come to my party, and they won't go to that meanie Jim's. All of a sudden, the front door opened. It was Mother. I run to her speedy quick. Mother, guess what? Guess what? Me and Grandma Miller are getting my goat. I am having my very own birthday party on Saturday, and all of room 9 is going to be invited. Only not that Jim I hate. He is only one not coming, so ha-ha on him. Just then Grandma Miller sneaked out the front door with her sweater. I pulled on Mother's arm. Come on, Mother, come on, I said. We have to go to the store and buy my invitations. Plus, also, we have to pick up the beanie weenies. Mother didn't come on. She sat down on the couch and smoothed my hair. Listen to me, Junie B., she said. I know Jim hurt your feelings today, but you can't have your birthday party on Saturday. Your birthday isn't till June, remember? And June is still months away. I know June is months away, I said, and so that is how come I am moving my birthday sooner, 'cause months always will be too late. Mother picked me up and put me on her lap. I'm afraid you don't understand, honey, she said. You just can't change the day you were born. No one can. It's impossible. I made my voice very whispering. Yeah, only here's a little secret. Nobody in room 9 even knows when my birthday is, so I think we can pull it off. Mother did a little smile. She ruffled my hair. Sorry, honey, no can do, she said. Yes, I hollered. Yes, can do, 'cause I have to have my birthday on Saturday. Or else I will be the only one not going to that meanie Jim's, and that is the saddest story I ever even heard of. Just then my eyes got a little bit wet in them. Mother wiped my face with a tissue. Then she hugged me real tight. Then she said the words, I'm sorry. More bad news. Grandma Miller just called. There's no goat. Chapter 4, Moving. The next morning I didn't get out of my bed. Not even when Mother hollered, time for breakfast. She came into my room. Didn't you hear me, Junie B? It's time to eat, she said. I looked up from my pillow. Yeah, only I'm not even hungry. Plus also I'm moving today, I said. Mother smiled. She sat on my bed. You're moving, huh? She asked. And exactly where will you be going? I did my shoulders up and down. Somewhere, I said. Somewhere where? She asked. Somewhere not here, that's where, I said. Mother hugged me. This is still about Jim's birthday party, isn't it? She said. You're still worried about not getting an invitation? No, I'm not, I said, on account of I'm not even going to that school anymore, on account of I'm moving today. Mother shook her head. Then she went out of my room, and she and Daddy did whispering in the hall. Pretty soon, Daddy came in. He gave me a piggyback ride to the kitchen. Then Mother made my favorite hot cereal, and she let me have all the brown sugar I wanted. She sat down next to me. You know, Junie B., Jim is only doing this to hurt your feelings, she said. He just wants to get a reaction from you, that's all. Sure he does, said Daddy, and when someone is trying to hurt your feelings, there's only one way to get back at them. You have to pretend you don't care, said Mother. You have to pretend you don't even want to go to the party, because if you pretend you don't want to go, it will take all the fun out of it for him. Daddy winked. You can do that, can't you? He asked. You're the best little pretender in the world. Just then my whole face lighted up because that word gave me an idea. Hey, I just figured out where I can move to. It's a Small World After All, and it's at Disneyland. Remember that, Daddy? It's where all those puppets kept on singing that same song over again and over and over. I smiled. That would be a happy place to live, don't you think? Daddy looked at me a real long time. Then he put his head down on the table and he started knocking it on the edge. Mother pulled him up from there. They went into the hall and did more whispering. After a while, Mother called to me from her bedroom. Junie B., could you pick up the phone, please? It's your grandfather. He wants to talk to you for a minute. I picked up the phone. Hello? Hello yourself, little girl, said my grandpa, Frank Miller. What you up to this morning? I'm moving today, I told him. Grandpa Miller sounded upset. Moving, he said. Oh, no, you can't be moving. If you move, then you won't be able to come over to my house on Saturday. I crinkled up my eyebrows at him. 'Cause this conversation smelled fishy, that's why. Yeah, only how come you want me to come to your house, I asked, and how come it has to be on Saturday? Because Saturday's the day I do my work around here, remember? He said. You're still my little helper, aren't you? I thought very careful. Yes, I said. On account of sometimes I help Grandpa fix stuff. It's called odd jobs, I think. Are you doing odd jobs? I asked him. Is that why you want me to come there? Sure, I'm doing odd jobs, said my grandpa. But I can't do them without my helper, can I? You're the one who wears the tool belt, aren't you? I smiled very proud, because Grandpa Miller's tool belt is the bestest thing I love. It has a jillion tools hanging off that thing. It wraps around me 2 whole times, and I don't even cave in. Just then, Grandpa Miller made his voice real quiet. You haven't even heard the best part yet, he whispered. Guess what I'm going to be fixing. I whispered back at him, What? Then Grandpa said for me to hang on a minute on account of he wanted to close his door, or else my grandma might hear. If your grandma hears, then she'll want to be my helper instead of you, he said. I waited very patient. Ready? He said. Ready, I said. Okay, I'm going to be fixing the upstairs toilet. Just then my mouth came all the way open, 'cause fixing the upstairs toilet is a dream come true, that's why. Are you going to take the lid off the top, Grandpa, and are you going to keep flushing it, and are you going to watch all the water go out of that thing? I asked. Sure I am. Of course I am. That's half the fun of fixing the toilet, right? He said. Right, I said, very excited. Plus also I love that big ball that floats on the top. Me too, said my grandpa. I love that big ball too. And so I can count on you, can I? You and I have a date on Saturday, right? I thought some more. Yeah. Only I think there's something you forgot, Grandpa. What? He asked. What did I forget, little girl? I raised my eyebrows at that silly head. You forgot that I'm moving today. Chapter 5. Being a Buzzing Bee. Grandma and Grandpa Miller take turns babysitting me before lunch. Then they get me dressed for kindergarten. Except for today, Mother came home from work, and she got me dressed instead. She said she would drive me to school. If I drive you, then you won't have to see Jim on the bus, she said, very thoughtful. She got out my clothes for school. It was my jumper with the frogs on it. Yeah, only guess what? I'm not even wearing school clothes today on account of I'm moving, and so I have to wear moving man clothes. Mother kept on trying to put that jumper on me. That's how come I made my legs and arms real stiff, so they wouldn't fit in there that good. Then me and Mother wrestled a teeny bit, and she stood me on my head and she pulled my tights on me. You're not moving, Junie B., she said. You're going to school, and that's final. Running away from your problems never solves anything. Yeah, only I'm not even running, I said. I'm calling Ryder Rents Trucks, and those guys will drive me. Mother smiled. She tried to hug me, but I kept on staying real stiff. I stayed real stiff all the way in the car to school. Mother parked the car in the parking lot. Then she lifted me out the door and she carried me real stiff to the playground. She stood me up in the grass. Everything will be fine, you'll see, she said. Just remember what Daddy and I told you. If anyone talks about the party, pretend it doesn't bother you. She kissed me goodbye on my stiff head. Just then I heard voices hollering. Junie B! Hey, Junie B! Look! What we got? They hollered. I turned around. It was my bestest friends, Lucille and that Grace. They were running at me. Look, said Lucille. Look what Jim gave us. It's invitations to his birthday party on Saturday. It's just like he told us, Junie B., said that Grace. He's really gonna have a petting zoo there. I quick covered my ears with my hands. Then I closed my eyes and I sang a loud song at them. It's called I Can't Hear You, You're Not Even Bothering Me. And I sang it at the top of my lungs. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're not even bothering me. I kept on singing and singing that thing until they went away. Also, they did a cuckoo sign at me. After that, I sat down in the grass all by myself, and I looked all around the playground. Lots of other children had invitations, too. Darn it, I whispered. Darn it, darn it, darn it. That's when I saw that meanie Jim. He was giving an invitation to a boy named Crybaby William. Crybaby William is the scarediest cat in room 9. He is even scared of a teeny flea, I think. Just then I sat up a little bit straighter because I got an idea in my head, that's why. It's called, hey, maybe I can take William's invitation away from him because he won't even chase me probably. And so then I will have my very own invitation and William can get another one from that gym. And then everyone will get to go to the party, including me. I stood up from the grass. Then I squinted my eyes at Crybaby William, and I started to run at him very slow. I run faster and faster till finally I was running as fast as a speeding bumblebee. I buzzed all around William zippity quick. His eyes couldn't even follow me that good. Then I buzzed right in his face, and quick I grabbed that invitation out of his fingers. I runned my fastest to the swing set, and guess what? William didn't even follow me, that's what. And here's more good news. William's invitation didn't even have his name on it. So that means it can be for anybody, probably. Only now it's mine, I said, because I will put my name on it when I get to room 9, and it will be my very own invitation. Just then the bell rang for school. I put my invitation way down deep in my pocket. Mrs. was standing outside of room 9. William was standing with her. His nose was sniffling a real lot. I tried to skip past them, but Mrs. grabbed the straps of my frog jumper. She pulled me back. Yeah, only I don't actually think that is good for the outfit, I said. Mrs. did a frown. Junie B., did you take something that belonged to William? She asked. No, I said, 'cause his name wasn't even on it, and so that means it is for anybody, I think. Mrs. tapped her angry foot. Was William holding an invitation, Junie B., and did you snatch it out of his hands? And then did you run away from him? She asked. I smiled very cute. I was a buzzing bee, I said. Mrs. holded out her hand. May I have it, please? She asked. May I have the invitation you took from William? I rocked back and forth on my feet, 'cause I didn't want to give it to her, that's why. Yeah, only I think it might have bounced out of my pocket, I said. Mrs. bended down next to me. She leaned way into my face. I want that invitation, she said. Now. I did a gulp. Then I quick put my hand in my pocket. Good news, I found it, I said, very nervous. Give it to William, said Mrs. Crybaby William put out his hand, and I shoved it at him. Here, Mr. Stinky-head tattletale boy, I said. Here's your stinky-head invitation. Mrs. eyes got real big. Junie B. Jones, that's quite enough. Now, you go sit down. I don't want to hear another word. Do you understand, young lady? Not one more word. And so that's how come I walked very slumping to my seat. And I put my head on my table, because guess why? Laying low again. That's why.
I hope you liked chapters 1 through 5. Poor Junie B. She always finds a way to just get herself in such a predicament. And I really liked when she was talking about someone getting her goat. Have you ever heard anyone say that? When someone's trying to get your goat, that means that they're just trying to kind of get on your nerves or get under your skin. Try to use that today and see if anyone recognizes it. Anyway, I will see you next week.